So today we're going to be looking at the Line6 HX Stomp XL and comparing it to the Fractal Audio FM9. Now I know these two different amp modelers come at a widely different price point, but that's exactly what I wanted to compare. The other day I was live reamping some stuff and I was you know what? I'm going to see if I can make the two sound the same or similar. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Can you dial in comparable tones on the HX Stomp XL compared to the FM9 coming in at $1,000 less? I'm not really sure. I have an idea. Well, let's get into it. So I recorded 3 DI tracks, one with a clean guitar amplifier, one with a crunchy guitar amplifier, and one with a lead guitar solo tone. And for full disclosure, I use the FM9 to direct record DI that. Don't know if that makes any difference. Probably not, but wanted to throw it out there just in case you guys are curious. And for the 3 different amplifiers, I actually use the Soldano clean, crunch, and lead channel. So technically they're the same amp, but the 3 different channels of the Soldano, both in the FM9 and HX Stomp. Now for this, it is going to be a blind shootout. So the amp modelers are going to be labeled as A and B. So you're not going to know which one is which. And I'm not going to try to trick you and say like, it was A was the Axe effects for this one and it was B for the other one. Each one's going to be the same one consistently through all 3 of the tests. I think it's only fair. Let me know in the comment section down below which one you, 1, think sounds better, but also 2, which one do you think each amp modeler is? Be curious to see what your guess and what you can hear compared in a blind shootout. So with that said, let's first look at the clean Soldano with the FM9 and the HX Stomp XL. And I just realized that my lapel microphone was not recording, so we're gonna be using the shotgun mic today, so hopefully this audio sounds passable. The audio from the test is gonna sound fantastic. That was recorded directly into my DAW, so let's hear the sounds. I don't know. That's really impressive. Oh. So I'm not going to try to say anything because I don't want to persuade anybody. but based off my my reactions, you can probably tell they sound really, really similar. Clean, I mean, it's almost indistinguishable. I would argue it's indistinguishable, especially within the mix. You could probably, if I soloed it out, you could probably tell that there was a difference, but within a mix, man. All right, let's check out the crunch. So there was a slight difference. I can tell a little bit more clearly with the more distorted guitars. There was a difference between the two, but I'm not necessarily sure it was a difference of better or worse, but more of a difference of EQ between the two. I did set both amplifiers virtually all at noon, or at least all at the same parameters within each of them. So I don't know if it was all at 5 in the HX Stomp and in the FM9, but essentially they were all the same in both units. So there might be the difference between that sound or not. Still not convinced there. So still want to keep it unbiased, so I'm not going to say a whole lot. Let's get into the lead and final test. So I'm gonna be honest, in the mix, $1,000 difference. $1,000 difference. What do you think? Let me know below. It sounds, I will be honest with you, the crunch and the lead tones sound different when they're isolated. You can kind of tell that the reverbs and the delays on the HX Stomp are kind of falling apart a little bit. But that's because this thing has its own processing power for those two things. Everything else is on one processor, and the delays and the reverbs are on another one. So like, yeah, that's going to sound less degraded, but the kind of the degraded stuff sounds pretty cool, especially if you're playing like country chicken picking stuff. $1,000 difference. Can you really hear $1,000 difference? One is $700, one is $1,700. I have both. I like both. I think this has so many more features, more buttons. I like the Fractal stuff better. But for $700, for $1,000 less, which one? I might as well just go ahead and tell you. The first one was the FM9. The second one was the HX Stomp. So A, FM9 Fractal. The B clip was the Line6 HX Stomp XL. $1,000 difference? I don't know. I'll let you decide, but check out one of these two videos on the screen. This one is the FM9 playlist. This one is my HX Stomp playlist. My name's Ryan. I do amp modelers on this channel, so hopefully I will see you in one of those future videos, and until then, let the music play.